It's the Terrible at Fishing radio show on Gold Country Radio. Here's your fishing expert and host, Michael Ruffino.
Welcome back to Terrible at Fishing, everybody. This is Michael Ruffino, your host. Man, there was a lot of stuff this week. So, I guess we'll just start with the beginning. First of all, fishing is starting, and I love fishing. I may be terrible at it, but I love doing it. And last week, I was going to get out there at Lake of the Woods right after the stocking and try to get some browns. So I loaded up my truck the night before, inflated my boat, and I get out there first thing in the morning and find out half my boat was deflated. I had a whole first time in 20 years. And so couldn't go fishing, so I had to fix my boat. So I flipped it over and working on, it's got 4 chambers and 2 pontoons. And so obviously it narrowed it down to half of one pontoon. And I finally found that little itty bitty pinhole. It had to be when I stored my boat over the winter, because I roll it up and put it in the garage. So I patched it, and a day later I put air in it. And that night, man, I couldn't have messed up the patch. So I flip it over again, and this week anyway, and then it's slower leak. Doesn't help much. And then I find this other little pinhole not too far from the other pinhole. So I put a good patch on it. So now my boat's all fixed up. It ain't leaking, it's hard as a rock. So, but I was pressure testing it on Wednesday. So I called up the resort, and since I am an employee at the resort, and they had a boat that was acting up. Now, I'm here to offer my services. The motor was acting up, and so I figured, well, I'll take it out for you. We'll run it through its paces. We'll check it out. We'll see why the motor's just stalling on people and stuff like that. I'm just there to help. I'm self-sacrificing my services and day with my fishing poles and my gear out on the lake on a beautiful day. I know. You're thinking, wow, Mike, you are one of the most unselfish people I have ever run across. I know. It's good to be kind. Sharing is caring. And, it's very important. So I go out there, and I don't have a fish finder on this boat or anything like that, but you really don't need a fish finder for Lake of the Woods. But it'd be nice to know, something underneath me in the water temp. Although a buddy of mine, he's got his bass tracker, and him and Mike are out there, and they're fishing, and right in front of me they catch a 3-pound smallmouth. I think they just did it to torment me. And actually they caught quite a few smallmouths, that 3-pounder being the biggest last time I had talked to them. And a rarity, I got skunked. Got some nibbles, got some bites, but I didn't land anything. But it was beautiful. And I'm troubleshooting this boat, and I think it's a fuel filter. That's what I think. I think if they replace that fuel filter, they'll be fine. Because it would starve. I thought first, when they described it to me, it was like a vapor lock issue. And for those who don't know what a vapor lock issue is, when your fuel line is near a heat source and it overheats, it boils the fuel within that fuel line. and it boils, and it creates basically a dam, and a blockage in the fuel line, and your engine starves and putters out, and you have to wait for it to cool down for you to start the engine again. So anyway, this one didn't have, first thing I did is look for the, vapor lock issue. And since I was borrowing a boat, I wasn't quite sure, what to bring. So I just brought bare minimums. And so I didn't have any jerk baits. I went with other baits and, c'est la vie. But now I have my boat. It's all ready and it's hard, the pontoons, are hard as a rock. I fish on an inflatable pontoon boat for two, and it's called it's made by a company called Sea Eagle, and it's a fold cat 375. It's actually 12 and a half feet long, and the fold cat is the most easily out of all the Sea Eagles. It's the only one that's actually won awards, and but it can be fitted so many different. I have over a dozen rod holders on my boat. And I've got a fish finder, and I've got side imaging. I've got anchor trolleys on. I mean, it's just, you can do anything you want with a Sea Eagle fold cat. And for $1,500, you really just can't go wrong for a boat. It is a fantastic boat, and it's built solidly. 20 years, I've never had a puncture in it, so. Secondly, I think it's had to be my fault in the way I stored it, and messed it up just a little bit, but it's fixed. So, lakes. I am hearing good things from Howard's Prairie too. Howard's Prairie is hitting pretty good, and I've heard Dog Lake is starting to act up just a little bit. So I'll be out on the water more and more. And I do have some new designs on baits. And I'm going to be making some soft baits with a new pigmentation. And we're going to be testing those out. And a lot of times in early season, it's kind of fun for me to test out some of my new designs on my baits. So I'm very excited about getting out on the lake and throwing some new stuff I've been working on over the winter and seeing what we can do with it. So black and blue works really, really well this time of year. So if you want to go bass fishing or anything like that, try some black and blue baits. Chatterbaits work very, very well. I did not bring my chatterbait box with me this week, but jerkbaits work very, very well, evidently, according to my buddies. So I would give that, I would actually start throwing some jerkbaits out there and see if you can't get some smallies or some largemouths hitting it. They caught those right in front of the lodge, so no secret spot. They were probably in about 8 feet. Looked like they were in 8 to 10 feet of water. Because I saw them catch the 3-pounder. And so it wasn't very far from the marina. And I did sort of circle the lake, seeing if there were any hot spots around the perimeter of the lake. And I think I was using the wrong bait. And so I couldn't find any hot spots, although they did. I'm bringing jerkbaits next time. I really wanted to get some footage of me catching. I had my action camera and stuff, and I was ready. We are. I shouldn't say we. I said I. I'm going to be doing some more river fishing this year, learning fly fishing, and fly fishing is, it's hard to learn something new when you're proficient at something that's effective. And so I have to sacrifice, a productive day for a constructive day. Does that make sense? So days where I'll be catching stuff, I have to go and learn something to build the foundation to be productive later. And that requires, well, patience, humility, patience, and more patience, and more humility. Because I am, well, patience. I've invested a lot of stuff in money, time, and effort in bass fishing. And to learn a new way of fishing in different venues of fishing, well, that's going to require a lot, isn't it? And for all you fly fishermen out there, and I appreciate you listening to my radio show, if you want to teach me how, where, and when, and just send me an email, okay, at terribleatfishing2019@gmail.com. So it's terribleatfishing2019@gmail.com. Now I will, the reason it's 2019 is that's when I was paralyzed. And that's when I started the channel. And so, believe it or not, Terrible at Fishing was taken. So I threw 2019, the year I started it. And I just, it's amazing, in 6 years, I could be up and about. But a lot of people, they don't realize, why I call myself terrible at fishing. So, c'est la vie. When you couldn't speak and you couldn't walk, you're terrible at everything. But I'm very excited about having my boat back. So this week and, the following weeks, I'm going to be testing some new formulations for my soft baits. And I'm going to, we're going to see if I can get a chameleon shad. Is really what I'm working for, is the chameleon shad. Something that shifts color, but within a translucent shad design. And so I'm looking forward to playing with my plastisol and seeing what I can do there. I'm very excited about not only the rivers opening up, the lakes opening up. I'm very excited about, everything this year. We have more water. I mean, if you go to the Great Meadow, it's the Great Pond. People wonder, where that water goes from the Lake of the Woods. There is an outlet creek in the northwest or northeast part that travels all the way down to the Upper Klamath, but it also flows into the Great Meadow, and the Great Meadow is just flooded. It is just flooded. The Lake of the Woods and every lake is spilling over right now. And there is going to be great CFM, volume in our rivers and creeks. There's going to be our lakes are going to be just spilling over. The ODFW has done an aggressive job at stockings, so we're going to have some great fishing. I think in June, every week, Lake of the Woods is getting some stock. So in our next segment, so stick with me after the commercial break here. Stick with me because we're going to go over to the stocking schedules for the area. And I need you to remember to follow the stocking schedules, not necessarily for the rainbow trout that they're putting in, but for the things that are going to be eating the rainbow trout. So stick with me. We'll see you back in just a minute or two, and we're going to talk about where the greatest fishing is going to be on this rotation of stocks.
Out in the backwoods under the stars, I tune in the radio from my old car. Gold country radio on Friday night. Terrible at fishing, but it feels just right.
Want to get your business noticed? Sponsor a show on KKFO Gold Country Radio on 103.3 FM and create awareness through on-air announcements, our online stream at goldcountryradio.org, and our podcasts that live on forever. Your message reaches a broad local audience while also targeting listeners who choose to tune in to the shows they love. Plus, we promote your sponsorship across our website and social media. For more information, email goldcountryradio@gmail.com. Call 541-238-6989 or visit goldcountryradio.org. Gold Country Radio, your message heard locally and beyond.
The Terrible at Fishing radio show. Michael's got the secrets and now you know. Can't lie, you catch just fine. Gold Country Radio.
Welcome back to Terrible at Fishing, everybody. So, I know this is what y'all been waiting for. Besides, figuring out my angst about catching nothing and about my boat. So, some of my viewers have asked me to give you some updates on some of the stocking schedules. So, we're going to be talking about some of the stocking schedules. Now, I will tell you that when they put a lot of legals inside a lake or a water body, it excites big fish that come up and eat them. And legals are just perfect fodder for those massive, brown trout and largemouth trout. So we're going to talk a little bit about these. Now, some of them I've always asked about Lost Lake. Lost Lake is just one of those lakes that I don't fish that very much. I should, but I don't. But Lost Lake, so we're going to talk about the next 2 weeks. And we'll probably do this as a regular update now that the stocking schedules are in full force right now. So this is actually pretty nice. So on May 5th to May 9th, Lost Lake is going to get 2,400 legals. 2,400 legals, 400 trophies, and 50 broods. 2,400 legals is a lot of legals. And when they put legals inside a water body, they basically get shocked, but they also talk. There's a lot of noise. And so a lot of these fish, these bigger fish, are going to be coming up and hitting them. This is a great way to follow the stocking schedule. So May 5th to May 9th is, one of those. And they're going to repeat that same stock, 2,400, 450, for May 12th through May 16th. And that's at Lost Lake. So this is a great time to hit and fish those big guys. Now, you could fish the big guys with big jointed Rapalas or swim baits or glide baits. Works really, really well. And you're going to match the hatch. You're going to get one that reflect a rainbow trout, and you're going to try to sneak it in there and try to get their attention. So make it look like it's dying. These are great time to get some big fish. So Lost Lake has got nearly 3,000 plants in the next 2 weeks. Each week. So I would tell you that, if you like Lost Lake, work it. Work it. All right, so let's look at some other lakes. Again, Lost Lake got a lot of good stuff going in. Now, Running Y has a pond. This is great for the kids. They've been stocking a couple hundred legals inside the Running Y pond. I mean, just go out there with the kids, throw out some spinners and some jigs or whatever. Really fun for the kids to catch. It's easy too. The Running Y pond is super easy. It is open to the public. Don't worry about that. And throw the kids. Have the kids out there. Have some have a picnic. Really nice. Now Lake of the Woods, they're starting to get their stocking too. So Lake of the Woods, from the May 5th to May 9th, is going to get 670 legals and 600 trophies. So they're splitting. Boom, boom, They've been stocking at the main ramp because it's pretty much the only ramp that's open right now. Probably Aspen will be coming open pretty soon. But 670 and 600 is their May 5th to May 9th. Stocking is pretty much what they did last week. Again, those particular fish will be holding over and sort of stowed in there's a divot right in front of the boat ramp. You can always throw out there and catch them. They like to hide underneath the marina, which is all out right now. So real easy. If you want to catch the browns, troll early morning and late in the afternoon, and even at night. Troll it around the marina area and lodge area to the green gazebo and come back. Try to stay within 10 feet. Actually, that's a great way to work, that area. So that's, Lake of the Woods, May 5th to May 9th, we'll be getting another stocking. And again, if you just want to have fun with the kids, go to the Running Y Pond. Phillips Reservoir is getting 9,500 legals. Phillips Reservoir is getting 9,500 legals. That's a lot of, that's a big dump. All right. It's the largest. Yeah, that's the largest dump that week in this area of the state. So Phillips Reservoir, 9,500, May 5th to May 9th. And again, great time to catch those, to get the bigger ones that will be eating these guys. Actually, it's not the biggest. Chickahominy Reservoir is getting 60,000 broods. So that's May 12th to 16th, but we're not there yet. All right. So that's Phillips Reservoir, Running Y, Lake of the Woods. Let's go to that next week, 12th through 16th. Chickahominy is getting 3,000 legals and 60,000 fingerlings. 60,000 fingerlings. Again, that's food. Okay, that's food. Thompson Reservoir is not scheduled for anything that week. So, but they're really stocking Chickahominy with fingerlings. They're just doing a lot in the next few weeks. Let's go down the list here a little bit. Oh, Anna Reservoir. I didn't talk about Anna Reservoir. Anna Reservoir between the 19th and 23rd will be getting 2,400 legals. Again, legals are a good wake-up call for a reservoir. So I love following those. All right, let's go on to some of the other ones. So again, I'm just going through. That's not in that area. I'm looking through. Okay, Lost Creek Reservoir. Lost Creek Reservoir has got May 12th through May 16th. They're getting 10,000 legals and 1,500 trophies. It's 11,500, so that's a great stocking. Lost Creek Reservoir, really good stocking right there. That's the 12th through 16th. Also, Howard's Prairie, the 19th through, the 19th through 23rd, they're getting 7,450 legals. Again, great time. That is a great time for the bigger stuff to come up and have lunch. So, or dinner or whatever they want. This is really good. So Howard's Prairie, 19th through 23rd will be fantastic. Applegate Reservoir, if you want to travel over there to Applegate, they're getting 15,000 legals and 500 trophies. in the week of 19th through 23rd. So that's huge, huge stocking. Fish Lake, on the 12th through 16th, they're getting 4,500 legals and 500 trophies. So 12th through 16th, Fish Lake will be getting 5,000 fish dumped into it. So that's a lot. Let's see, Fish Lake, that's that. Looking through it. Medco Pond. I never talk about Medco Pond. Medco Pond is, you can't put a boat or anything, but a simple area to fish. Nice picnic area. 2,000 legals on the 12th through 16th. A great area, seldom known by. So look it up, Medco Pond. Really nice little pond to hit. Nice area too. It's beautiful, beautiful country. We have beautiful country too. So what can I say? Now, Willow Lake is another one of those lakes that I enjoy because it's such a simple lake to fish. So the Willow Lake at 19th through 23rd is going to receive 5,500 fish, 4,000 legals, 1,500 trophies. So 19th through 23rd, Willow Lake is going to get a really good stocking. Simple lake, 2 points, nice little cubbies, great area to go fishing. I love that lake. The east side of the lake is really good for bass. Really good for bass on the east side of the lake. So give them a shot too. Really fun time this time of year. So that's kind of the stocking schedule for the next few weeks. There are some hidden gems, okay? As we get farther into it, our Gerber Lake is just starting to wake up. All these lakes are spilling over. We are Oregon is officially out of a drought. And we had suffered through a huge drought. Hyatts and Howard's Prairie pretty much became non-existent. And now they're full of water. They have been, as the dams were removed from Klamath, ODFW was busy removing fish out of those reservoirs and relocating them. And by relocating it, created a new game fish reservoirs in Gerber, Willow Valley, Howard's Prairie, and where we weren't catching bluegill before, we're catching bluegill now. Where we weren't catching decent sized bass, we're catching decent sized bass now. So we're and crappie, good crappie. So they relocated a lot of the crappie from J.C. Boyle, which had really good crappie populations, and put them over into Gerber. So we got some really good renewed fishing. And if you've ever been excited about fishing, this is a great time to be excited about fishing, because we've got our reservoirs and our rivers are just busting at the seams. It's like a whole new thing. Last time I was at Gerber, it was like 2 ponds. It wasn't even a lake, because it was so low that the divider of the underbody had created two water bodies. It wasn't very good at all. So we're going to have a great time. I hope you guys are excited about fishing in the area. We got great stocking. Wait till June hits. It's just boom, 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 boom. It's just fresh meat is being dumped in all of these. ODFW is busy, busy, busy. And just like I told you recently, the Chinook count up at Spencer Creek, 192, and the winter counts. and coho just over the border. No steelhead really yet, but we're going to get there. The Klamath River is revitalizing faster than anybody, and to my dismay and pleasure, the Klamath River is coming back, and that is a wonderful thing. New boat ramp over in the J.C. Boyle area. So you've got yourself a pretty nice, really nice things. So anyway, I want to thank you guys for stopping in Terrible at Fishing this week. And I hope you guys have gotten some good ideas of where to go and what to throw. So have fun. Tight lines to all of you. You will see me out on the water. Tight lines to you all.
That was Terrible at Fishing, the radio show, with fishing expert Michael Ruffino. Check out Terrible at Fishing on YouTube, and tune in next week for the next episode and more great fishing tips. Terrible at Fishing, Fridays at 7 p.m. on Gold Country Radio.